Shalom. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sah. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawan Ben Yeshua in Jacksonville, Florida. But first I'll take a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the archons, and to the women and children in Paleo-Hebrew language around the world. Ka Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha Rokak Wadash Mahamaf, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and in truth. Double honors to the 144,000 chosen elect. Double honors to the apostle of GMS. Double honors to the apostles of Lion Den's camp. Salutation to the archons on the four corners of the earth and to the women and children. Shalom. Okay, this is all breaking news. Something that the president's going to announce. Okay. And the title of this lesson, Esau hated Jacob. Okay, here we go.
And listen to this. This is one of the most terrifying things I have ever heard. And we have heard some messed up things over the past 2 weeks, but this one probably wins. The president of El Salvador has made an agreement to take deported immigrants from the US and put them in prison there, regardless of what country they're from. If you don't think that's bad enough, here's the next step. They are also going to take American citizens. Let me repeat that. They are going to take American citizens into the worst prison system on the entire planet.
There you go. Okay. So something's really must be going real bad that's putting a lot of fear on the people in power, right? For them to to go so drastic into writing or making a law to go after the so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds so wickedly, right? I want to go to Genesis chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. Esau said in his heart, in his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Now, where this happened before? Well, if you go further back, you find out that the same spirit was in Cain, right? When he murdered his brother Abel, right? And he became a what? A fugitive and a vagabond, going around the world, raping, robbing, and plundering, right? To this day, okay, now the Edomites, that they like to call themselves white, are doing the same thing, right? But I'm pretty sure it's because a lot of information is coming out, right, about who they really are, okay? And around the world, now they know, and around the world, people are tired, right, of the deception, of the debt that they have put in other countries, and all the things they have taken from other lands that, people have to leave the land and come over here when actually it was the Edomites who educate them to have that Christian belief system, right? Now they want to throw them into prison, right? I want to go to Abadiah, Salakia. Give me a minute, verse 10. Give me a minute. I know. Abadiah, yeah. Let's go to verse 10, chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Okay? So this is what they are running away from. And of course, Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shah has allowed them to, keep building up these sins, right? For so many years. But now that we are the empire of Rome, right? It's 200, we're in 249, and the elders of GMS already looked into it, and they said that when you look into it, you can verify it also. It says that in 250 years, every empire falls down. Well, 250 years in this empire called Babylonian America, um, is what, 2 more months, 2 or 3 more months? So they're getting more aggressive, right? I want to go back to Genesis 27. Give me a minute. Verse 42. I'm going to have to make this a part 1, part 2, and a part 3. Let me see. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. I already read that. Verse 42. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, do comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Hmm? And they've been doing that for so many years, right? They've been trying to belie us, right? Not only, the Edomites, but all wicked um, kings around the world have participated throughout history, treating us bad and putting us in slavery in their country as well, right? I want to go to Song, chapter 64. 64, let me check. Give me a minute. Chapter 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commute of lying sneers privately. They say, who shall see them? Right? This is the way the Edomites think. They believe that God, the true living God, sees nothing. Right? The Edomites believe that they can hide and no one knows their secret. Verse 6. They search out iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thoughts of every one of them, and the heart is deep. Yeah, I mean, they are wicked, right? They plan day and night, especially now that they have AI, technology. They're more excited than ever before, right? They believe that they have total power to even fight Yahweh Shai, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, my big brother, and the host of angels, which also are my brothers, right? I want to go to Ezekiel chapter 35. Give me a minute. 35, verse 5, yeah. Because thou hast had a perpetuate hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the face of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Right? After we've been punished by Yahweh Shai, because we gave him the finger at Mount Sinai, right? It was coming to an end, and what happened? No, the Edomites said, no, we cannot allow that. We have to go after them now and suppress them and keep suppressing them, right? And take everything that they've been blessed with. Okay, well, let's go to Ezekiel chapter 25. Yeah, chapter 25, verse 12. Thus said Yahweh Shai's power, because that Edom, right, Edomites, had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and had greatly offended and revenged himself upon them, right? Took revenge when there was no need to, because Jacob never stole nothing from Esau. That was Yahweh Shem Yahushua that made Jacob's mom do that. It was God's hand that wanted to bless Jacob, right? I mean, he already knew because remember, Esau sold his birthright when Jacob was making some soup for a sick child, right? It was about to die. And he said, I don't care about the child. Feed me, I'm hungry. I just finished hunting for our father, right? Well, but now, he wants to keep on lying. I want to go now to back to Ezekiel chapter 35, and I'll start with verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. That's what we're doing now. Verse 3, and say unto it, Thou set Yahweh's power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Woo! Verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. Thou shalt know that I am Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, right? The Father sending the Son out to come back to this wicked kingdom and kick us, right? On verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and had shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the times of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6, Therefore, as I live, said Yahweh Shai, power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, said thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Yeah. The whole world is getting ready. And the Edomites know this. That's how come, the Edomites are still bold and confident because they have these underground cities where they have people living there for years. They had children being born that never came to the surface, living down there, right? And they really believe, the Edomites really believe they're going to escape what they had done, right, to the so-called Negros, Latino Americans, and speckled birds. I want to go now to Song 109. Song 109. Give me a minute, because I got to look for it. Verse 16. Because that he remembers not to show mercy, but prosecuted the poor and the needy men, that he might even slay the broken in heart. Right? Those who are confused don't know who they really are. Our people, the so-called Negros, Latino American, speckled birds, right? He still is suppressing us, right? And now he wants to upgrade, okay, and bring the cashless society. So when it does not work, because they're going to make sure it doesn't work, so then that way they can mandate, right, the charagma, the MOTD chip, right? That's how come the elder from GMS, Apostle Tahar, hit it on the nail when he said that Donald Trump is Nero, right? Coming back, okay? So for those who don't believe that he is Nero, well then, that's between you and Yahweh Shai. But he is Nero, back in the flesh, right? And that's the spirit that this man has. What they call that, reincarnation. Verse 17, as he loved cursing, so let it come unto him, as he delights not in the blessing, so let it be far from him. Yeah, they don't bless us, right? They don't even respect Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? They always celebrate their pagan holidays, right? I'm going to Ezekiel chapter 35. Chapter 35. verse 7. Though will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. Right? Verse 8. And I will fill his mountains, right, his government, with his slain men in thy hills, the cities, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. Yeah, what they want to do to us, well, Yahweh's going to throw that monkey wrench, and it's going to happen to his own people. Remember, or understand this, you so-called Negros, Latinx, and speckled birds. You know, the people in power, Trump is going after his own people. I mean, it's nothing new, right? That's what he's been doing all the time anyway. Okay, he's just going to repeat it again, right? Because of greediness. Verse 9, and I will make thee perpetuate desolation, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Woo! Yeah, boy, talking about pissing off God and his son, right? Malachi, I'll leave it with that, if I can find it quick enough. Yeah, I did, so nice. Chapter 1, verse 2, I start. I have loved you, said Yahweh. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said Yahweh. Yea, I loved Jacob, verse 3, and I hated Esau, and lay his mountain, his government, and his heritage wasted for the dragons of the wilderness. Woo! This is going to get serious because 2026 is around the corner. And since the Edomites are not fooling around, they're going to find out that Yahweh, Shin Yahweh Shah, and the host of the angels are not fooling around either. I hope that this was edifying. And with that, I say, Shalom.